Hello, my name's Kerry Curson. Welcome to my Reawakening flow. Just a short, sharp practice to move through the entire body very briefly if you don't have much time today. So when you're ready, come to a comfortable seated position, preferably cross-legged or half or full lotus pose, otherwise hero's pose or legs out front. Grounding down through the sitting bones as you lengthen up through the crown of the head, finding space through the spine, release the shoulders, close the eyes, allow the muscles of the face to just soften and relax. As you start to bring your awareness to the rhythm of your natural breath. Feel the rise and fall of the belly as you breathe in and out. Connecting yourself to the present moment through this awareness of the breath as you start to slow and deepen the breath. Allow any thoughts or emotions from your day gone by to be as they are without trying to change them. But each time you become engaged with a thought trail that takes your focus away from the breathing, just gently coax your attention back to following the breath, flowing in and out. Feel the breath, listening to the breath. Use this as your anchor into the present moment, drawing your attention away from all other things. And so when we're able to remain more grounded in the present moment, we're less caught up in anxieties for the future or any dwelling on the past. So we can just enjoy each moment as it arises without perceiving it based upon any other thoughts or moods or emotions. So when you're ready, using your next inhalation to start to extend the arms upwards, reach out through the fingertips. As you exhale, lengthen as far forward as you can and then fold in. Stretching through the hips and the lower back. Taking a couple of breaths here. Rolling up through the spine, bone by bone. Take the hands behind you. Breathe in, open the heart towards the sky. Take the gaze up. Coming back through center, either roll over your knees or spin on your bum, finding your way to all fours for cat-cow to warm the spine. Inhaling, lift the chest and the pelvis. Exhale, round through the spine, tuck the chin in. Breathing in, pull the shoulder blades towards each other on the back as you lift up. And exhale, pull the shoulder blades apart as you round through the spine, squeeze the belly muscles as you breathe out fully. Moving with your own breath, inhale, lifting up. And exhale to round. Inhale, looking up. And exhale, sit the bum back on the heels, take child's pose. Using this to enter our flow, inhaling to come forward. And exhale, extend the chest forward, chaturanga with the knees down. Breathing in, open the spine, cobra pose. Exhale, hips to heels. Inhale, forward. Exhaling, lower chaturanga. Inhale, peel the chest up, lift up through the crown of the head, tuck the toes, exhale, child's pose. Breathing in, coming forward, round through the spine. Exhale, extend the chest forward, chaturanga, knees down. Breathing in, roll the chest open, and exhale, hips to heels. Taking a couple of breaths here. Preparing for downward dog as you breathe in, come forward to all fours. Tuck the toes under, exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Taking any movements that you need to start opening through the backs of the legs. If it helps you to pedal out the feet and sway the hips, you can. If you'd rather remain in stillness from the outset, you can do that too. Hugging the arms towards the midline. Firing up the muscles of the upper arm bones as you shrug the shoulders onto the back. So keeping integrated arms to support the upper back. Keep tilting the sitting bones upwards towards the sky. Surya Namaskar. When you're ready, inhale, right foot comes forward, lower the back knee. Exhaling, stepping in. Inhale, arms reach up, extend out through the crown of the head, stretch long. Exhale, lower forward. Inhaling, right toe step back, lower the knee and lift the chest. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Keep the front body strong. Inhale here. Exhale, 8-point pose, lower knees, chest and chin to the floor. Breathe in, slither the chest forward, cobra pose. Exhale, let the tummy muscles guide you back, downward facing dog. Coming to the left side, inhaling, left foot comes forward, lower the back knee. Exhale, stepping forward, Uttanasana. Inhaling, arms reach up. And exhale, hands come down to prayer. Breathing in, reach up and lengthen. Exhale, pivot from the hips, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift to step the right toes behind you, lower the back knee. Exhaling, plank pose. Inhale here. Use the exhalation to lower 8-point pose. Breathe in, slide the chest through cobra. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward dog. Last half inhale, right foot comes forward, lower the knee. Exhale, step in. Breathe in to rise up. And exhale, lower forward. Inhaling, left toe step back, lower the knee. Exhale into plank pose, and then pause here for the inhalation, using the exhale to lower knees, chest and chin. Breathing into cobra pose. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Slowing the breath here, lengthen the heels towards the floor. Keep finding space through the spine as you push the hips up and back. Using your next inhalation to start lengthening the right leg to the sky behind you. As you exhale, squeeze the knee forward, hollow the chest, and then step the foot between the hands. Turning the back heel 45 degrees to the back of the mat. Inhale, arms reach up, warrior one. Gaze can go up towards the hands as you squeeze the elbows towards each other. Allow the exhalation to step the front foot back and lower through Chaturanga Dandasana. Breathe in, open the chest, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling back, downward facing dog. Slow the breath here. Inhale, left foot high. Exhale, squeeze the knee into the chest, round and step through. Turn the back heel down. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Allow one more inhale breath where you are. And then let the exhale release the palms, step back and lower through Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, open the chest, rolling the shoulders open, strong through the front thighs. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Breathing here. Keeping the side body long, hug the inner thighs towards each other. Rooting down through all four corners of the palms of the hands, so you're not dumping all of the weight into the heel, which would create discomfort in the wrists. Preparing for our standing flow, take 2 more full breaths here. Inhaling then, right leg goes high. Exhale, squeeze the knee to the chest and step through. Finding warrior one as you inhale, reaching up. And this time, exhale, open the arms wide, parallel the back foot to the back of your mat as you sink into the front thigh for warrior two. Softening the shoulders. Inhale, reaching back, reverse warrior, backhand slides down the back thigh, extending through the top arm. Allow your inhale breath to bring you through warrior two. As you exhale, straighten the front leg, extend forward and reach the arms sideways, triangle pose. Hugging the midline, squeeze the feet towards each other as you continue to root outwards through the feet. So an opposing action, hugging in to press out, supporting the stretch through strength. Preparing for half moon pose, back hand comes to the hip as the right hand steps diagonally forward of your foot. Use the fingertips for space as the left toes turn outwards, stepping in. Trying to spin the lower half of the belly to face the sky. Top arm extends towards the ceiling. If you are feeling wobbly today, gaze can stay floor ways or to the floor. Otherwise, to test your balance, slowly start to take the gaze upwards. Keep hugging the back foot towards the floor so the inner thigh supports you strongly. When you're ready, exhale, release into standing split. Both hands come to the floor. Spin the back toes to face the ground so you square the hips, lifting the back leg high. If you wish to turn this into a balance, you can start to wrap the hands around the back of the standing leg. Delving into the breath, let stronger exhalations help you find some ease in a strenuous pose. From here, replace the hands to the floor as lightly as you can. Step the left toes down and lower the back knee as we did in our sun salutations. Step the left hand just off of the mat as you twist, reaching the right arm to the ceiling. Gazing up, avoiding being on the knee joint itself, so really at the lower edge of the thigh as you start to bend the back heel in towards the bum and reach for the toes. Push the toes outwards into the hand as you roll the top shoulder open, taking 2 more breaths. Releasing the back toes, start to send the hips backwards, straightening the front leg, half split. Finding some flow with body and breath. Inhale, bending forward into the front knee, lift the chest. Exhale, straightening through the front leg, Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, bending forward, Anjaneyasana. And exhale, back, half split. Inhale, bending forward, lengthen the tailbone down to stretch into the hip flexor of the back leg. And then if you wish to, you can start to wriggle the feet away from each other, heading towards full splits, full Hanumanasana, the monkey god pose. And so as much as you are pushing the feet away from each other in order to reach the shape of the pose, at the same time hug the feet in towards each other as if you were trying to bunch the mat between the legs or between the feet. So really active legs, again, using the strength of the body to support the depth of the pose. To release from this, push the hands down into the floor to make some space to wriggle the feet closer together until you can step comfortably back into downward facing dog. Reconnecting to the breath here as we find a little twist, coming up onto the balls of your feet. Spin the knees towards the right side, using your inhale breath to bring you through center, and then exhale, rolling over the toes, spin the knees to the left. Coming back to center, straighten out the legs, standard downward dog. Inhale, left foot high. Exhale, squeeze the knee into the chest, hollow and step through. Turn the back heel down 45 degrees. Inhale, arms extend upward, finding warrior 1. And then transitioning immediately into warrior 2. Back foot is more parallel with the back of the mat as you sink into the front thigh. Softening the shoulders. Inhale, reaching back, reverse warrior. Keep the same depth in the front leg as you extend strongly through the fingertips of this top arm. Using an inhale to move through warrior 2. Exhale, reaching, extending forward as you straighten the front leg, finding triangle pose. Gazing upward towards the lifted hand. Lifting up from the waistline as you continue to root through the outer edges of the feet. Bringing the back hand to the hip, preparing for half moon pose. Step the left hand diagonally forward of the foot. When you're ready, kick the right leg high, toes face the side of the room. Extending the top arm towards the ceiling, spinning the left side of the belly to face the stars. Continue to feel the twist as you try to open across the front side of the body. Take one more inhale breath and then exhale, release yourself into standing split. Square the right toes to the floor. If you wish to turn this into a balance again, you can start to wrap the hands around the calf of the standing leg. keeping your gaze focused on one point. Continue to delve into the breathing. If you notice you've started to grip onto the breath in any way, consciously release. Keep the breath smooth and even as you lightly step the right toes to the floor, lowering the back knee down. Preparing to twist. Right hand steps off the side of your mat as the left arm extends towards the ceiling. Curl the chest away from the knee. Option to start bending the back knee in to reach for the toes. Try to avoid being on the knee joint itself, but really rather on the lower edge of the thigh as you flex the knee in. When you're ready, you can start to push the foot back into the hand. Allow the top shoulder to roll open. Releasing yourself into half split. Inhale, bending forward through the front knee. Exhale takes you back, straightening the front leg. Inhale, bending forward, lift the chest. And exhale, extend Ardha Hanumanasana. Inhale, forward Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hips push back as you straighten through the front leg. Inhaling forward with the option, if you wish, to start pushing your way towards the full pose Hanumanasana. So keep hugging everything towards the midline. Feet pull towards each other. Inner thighs hug to keep squaring the hips, to keep the pelvis in an even position. And so even if the hip is hovering above the floor or touching the floor, the strength of the legs in either position are supporting you the whole time. So every pose that we do in yoga is completely alive, always active, even if it looks still from the outside. Allow yourself to lean over onto the left hip so you can release the right leg forward. Coming into a twist, stepping the right foot over the left leg. Inhale, extend the left arm up, and exhale to twist. Replace the left elbow to the outer edge of the right knee. Inhale, extend the left arm to the ceiling. Exhale, release the center, switching sides. Using the inhale to reach the right arm up, and exhale to twist. Breathing into the tummy as you remain here in this more restrictive position for the torso. And so the belly breathing allows all of the internal organs to get washed through, like you're wringing out a sponge. Inhale to extend the arm upwards, exhaling to center, preparing for Paschimottanasana with both legs out long. Inhale, extend the arms upwards. Exhale, reach as far forward as you can and then fold in. If you find here that you're quite tight in the lower back or through the backs of the legs, you can take a bend in the knees. But a good guideline, if you find that you're less than halfway folded towards the thighs, is to just keep the chest and the gaze facing forward. You can hold the shins instead of the feet and think pulling length through the spine rather than overarching through the back in any position or in any place. Coming into boat pose, extend the feet upwards, reach out through the fingertips. Hug belly to thighs, thighs hug back to belly, as if you were trying to close a book. Continue to keep the breath even. So if you ever find that a pose gives you so much strain that you have to hold the breath or that you're holding on to tension, ease back out of the intensity in some way so that you can always allow the breath to lead the pose. So let your exhale start to lower you towards the ground slowly, slowly. Finding a hover just above the floor. And then to release, inhale, reach the arms up overhead and point the toes. Take a big full body stretch. Exhaling, hug the knees in, rock side to side, massage the back into the floor. Coming into bridge pose, place the heels beside or in front of the sitting bones. As you inhale, start to roll the pelvis up from the floor. Keep pushing downwards through the heels, using the strength of the front thighs to keep lifting the hip bones high. Whilst you try to, it's more challenging than it sounds, but you try to keep a softness to the bum muscles. So when you're up here, whether you have the arms resting beside you or you've chosen to interlace the hands below the bum, if you find that you're squeezing the bum muscles at their absolute tightest, you can start to create compression in the lower back. And we again want to search for spaciousness so that we can allow the body to open in its own time. So try to allow the pelvis to hang somewhat. Using your next inhale to start extending the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, slowly bringing the hands back towards the floor. Once they're in line with your body, start to let the pelvis roll down. Rocking the knees from side to side to release the lower back. Coming in to stretch our hips next. Crossing the right ankle over the left knee. Keep flexing through both feet as you draw the left knee in. Wrapping the hands around the back of the left thigh, or alternatively, just pulling on the trouser leg if you can't quite reach that far. Pressing outwards through the right inner thigh to deepen the stretch if you need to. Taking 2 more breaths, holding here. And then unraveling to switch sides. Other foot crosses over the other leg. Same again, drawing the knee in. Wrapping the hands around the back of the right thigh. Pressing outwards from the left inner thigh muscles if you wish to deepen the stretch. Staying 3 more full breaths in and out. Slowly unravel, hugging the knees into the chest and then kick the feet up high, finding your way into shoulder stand. If you need to prop the shoulders up on blankets, you can come out if you've gone in and found any discomfort. Prop in blankets at the top edge of your mat with your head hanging off of the blanket, so just the shoulders are propped up. Your other alternative is just to bring your hips up against the wall and then walk the feet up and remain with legs up the wall instead. Either option that you've chosen, allow the chin to stay naturally tucking into the chest as you find Ujjayi breath without any effort at all. Allow the back of the throat to soften. Allow the legs to dangle. And then just bringing the legs body side so that you can release the hands from the lower back and roll down through the spine. Hugging the knees into the chest, and then release the feet down. Take a moment just resting the knees in against each other. From here then you can just let the feet slide out wide, coming into Shavasana. Taking any final wriggles or fidgets that you need to be completely comfortable to rest in stillness. Allow the legs to roll outwards and let go. Search the jaw for any residual tensions and allow it to relax. And as you continue to keep your awareness with the breath here, which suddenly becomes more challenging as soon as you become still, start to bring your focus to extending the exhalation. If counting helps you do that, using 4 counts on each inhale breath, 7 counts on each exhale breath. If you have the time to stay in Shavasana for longer, please do. Pause this video and stay as long as you need to. Thank you for joining me today, everybody. Namaste.